Hi guys and welcome to another episode of Whisky Geek. Today we're doing yet another blind tasting, but this time it's peaty goodness. Peaty goodness. So we're going to be doing the usual routine. We've got the whiskies ready to go, we've got the glasses labelled. We'll drag Lydia in to help pour them so that they're blind to us, we don't know what we're sampling. We're going to try and keep them paired so we're both sipping the same thing from A, B, C, D. We are going to be assessing them for how peaty they are, how much of a peaty girth, peaty element they have. And secondly, we're going to be giving them a score for how much we enjoy them. At the end, we'll tot them up, or we'll get Lydia to tot them all up, and then we'll run through a ranking. So, just before we get Lydia in to sort us out with that, Dan, do you recognise any of these?
I recognise all of them. I don't know if I've actually tried any of them off the top of my head, but...
You've definitely tried that one with me before. I can't remember if you've had any of the others.
Right.
But definitely that one, and versions of this, and a version of this, I think. Let's get stuck in. A first.
Alright.
Just nosing.
I think I went in a bit strong there. I think that dissolved some of my nose hairs.
Bit of a punch to that one, you reckon?
Yep.
So although I've inflicted peat on Dan a few times, he's never really had an Islay bottle to drink through. I think the most peat that you've really experienced and sat with has been Highland Park 12. So these are ramping that up a little bit.
Oh, you're on B, are you?
Yeah.
I'm so pathetic at this, it's horrible.
Why?
I just can't pick any other flavours out. Because I feel like if you were speaking your mind right now, you'd be like, I can smell this, I don't know.
I'm intentionally not speaking my mind at the moment because I think I know which ones they are and I don't want to make a fool of myself.
Oh, right. This one's really nice. I really like the smell of this.
Now, if that's the one that I think it is, and this is going to sound really moronic, if that's the one I think it is, I've never drank it before. It's reminding me of a distillery that I've had other bottles, but this is one of the ones that I opened just before, and I've never actually tried it before.
It kind of reminds me, is it Glengoyne, the cast strength that we had? The really buttery biscuit one. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
See, you're doing yourself a misservice because you are getting plenty of stuff from it. The fact that you are pulling that kind of similarities and those tones out of it is actually really good. You're not just smelling a whack of peat, otherwise you'd say A and B were the same, but you're saying maritime and then softer and buttery.
I guess I just don't know how to make it sound fancy.
Ooh.
Are we in for a treat, Harry?
I want to watch your face on this one. Not sold.
I kind of I don't know, tried to keep my distance from it for as long as I could, and then medicinal?
Yeah, there's Band-Aids. Do you remember when we were living in the States, you got those really rubbery, sterile...
Oh yeah.
That kind of tone?
Yeah. Sterilise it.
Cleaning fluid. This is a stark contrast.
Man, what is that? That's crazy.
It's so
I
different.
don't think I've ever smelt that sort of thing in a whiskey before.
Citrus,
I don't really know. Yeah,
almonds,
sharp, really...
a bit tart.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Like it's got a bite to it, kind of a touch sour, citrusy.
Yeah.
Like biting into a lemon. It's like.
Oh yeah. It's almost like a sour smell, isn't it? But like not unpleasant.
I really like that one. On the nose, at least.
I find it weird. Like I don't know. I think looking at the colour of a whiskey can almost tell you what it's gonna smell like. I don't know. I think like richer colours like this just generally smell better.
So the fact that you've looked at it and are expecting it to be nicer or richer or means that your brain will fill in the blanks and will tell you it is before you even really get any.
Maybe that gives Bowmore some hope. Nope. Still nope.
That seems really restrained to me, really gentle.
No, it is really, like, it's a nice smell, isn't it? So we're doing a rate, out of 10 on the nose.
Yeah, so like
and then out of 10 on the taste.
Like we did for the sherry one, if you do like a preliminary score now, so just faintly say, this one is, for peatiness, this one is a 9 out of 10. And then on the palate we'll see if we want to change it.
Okay.
I think I've nuked my senses with peat now. Going through, there's only one of them that I would say was like a 10 out of 10. And these
on the peat? Or?
Yeah, on the peatiness.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, what is yours? Yeah, yours are all... Oh no, they're not all higher than mine. Right, so now what I'd recommend doing, if you take your peatiness score and kind of work your way up, so start with the lowest scores on the palate,
okay,
and then step it up.
Ooh, see, that's weird. Because to me that doesn't taste very, that doesn't smell very peaty. But it tastes rather peaty.
Now we've actually started with different whiskies, but I think you're going to find a very similar thing on D. The nose, the peat is very mellow, very background, but then on the palate it opens up, it explodes with some really quite nice peatiness. Now that's taken a very weird turn for me. Sipping F on the back of the other whiskies has brought out all kinds of weird fruity tones.
I really like D, I'm not gonna lie. Oh wait.
You do really like D.
Oh, yeah. I do really like D, I just didn't mean to write a 9 in peatiness.
I'm really struggling now that, even though I'm starting with the softer peaty ones, working my way up, it's completely muting them when you stack on top of the others, like the peatiness is kind of diminishing.
Oh. I love whiskey.
Do you find that one quite fruity?
Yeah.
Pears and citrus, a bit of vanilla.
It's a really, really tasty one.
But then this nice kind of ashy smokiness in the background.
Whew! It's like licking earth. It's like literally licking some dirt.
It's not the first time you've said that about a peaty whiskey.
Is it not? Oh dear.
So, we've got scores for peatiness and for enjoyment. You work out what you want to give to Lydia to tot up, I'll do the same, and then we'll come back with some rankings.
Okay.
Okay, so Lydia has gone through and she's totted up all of our scores, come up with an average. Now she's going to tell us how they ranked for their peatiness. So, in 6th place...
In 6th place we have a 3-way draw.
Oh. So that's 4th place, we've got 3 whiskies.
Yes.
Okay, which ones?
We've got Port Charlotte, 10-year-old. Ardbeg, 10. And Lagavulin, 16.
Wow.
There you go.
And they all scored a 5 out of 10 for peatiness.
Well, that is not what I expected at all. Okay.
I didn't know what to expect, just saying.
3rd place,
3rd and 2nd.
joint again in 2nd.
We have the one that's like Caol
Caol Ila.
Ila. 12 year, and the Bowmore.
This is not at all what I've been expecting.
Both with an average of 6 out of 10.
Okay.
And then the peatiest of all was the Laphroaig 10.
Well, at least that one is expected.
With a score of 9 out of 10 for peatiness as your average.
Okay, this is very confusing. I would have put these two off of what I expect from the whiskies down behind those three. So this is interesting. But in terms of enjoyment, how do they fare?
So, your least favourite, with a score of 3.5 out of 10, was the Laphroaig 10.
So this one jumps all the way down from top spot to 6th.
And in position 5, we have the Ardbeg 10, with an average of 6 out of 10.
Didn't expect that.
In 4th place, we have the Lagavulin 16, with a score of 7 out of 10.
Rip.
Is that your favourite?
It's one of my favourite whiskies, or so I thought. Just
Apparently you like other ones more.
yeah, it would seem so.
So, in 3rd place, we have the Bowmore 12, with a score of 7.5 out of 10, so only just better.
Wow.
In 2nd place, we have Caol Ila,
Well done. Such good pronunciation.
with a score of 8 out of 10. And your favourite was Port Charlotte,
Yeah, there
with a
you
score
go.
of 8.5 out of 10 as your
I like
average.
your Port Charlotte.
I do. So the Bowmore really surprised me. This came out way higher than I would have expected. Again, I would have put it down here. There is not a chance in hell that I would have guessed it would be either the Lagavulin or the Ardbeg. But it did. So there we go.
It's my scores throwing you off. Just saying.
I'm interested to go through and see how they would have fared individually. But so there we go. Bit confusing, but I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please chuck a like and a comment below and consider subscribing.
Subscribe!
Cheers. Now, your peatiness jumped up. What about your enjoyment?
I did enjoy
Sadness.
it. I did enjoy
Sadness
it.
in my heart.